Ludwig van Beethoven was born in Germany in 1770. One of his most popular pieces was Fairlies, and it was not published when he was alive. It was published 40 years after he died. His father taught him how to play the piano and the violin. His father was very strict and made him practice day and night. His first performance was when he was 8, and by 12 he was a promising keyboard player. He was a talented student of Christian Gottlieb Neef, who was an organist and focused on composition. When Neef was out of town, he filled as the organist at church. Ludwig liked to improvise when he was practicing the violin, and his dad was reportedly said, "What silly trash are you scratching together now? You know I can't bear that. Scratch by note. Otherwise your scratching won't amount to much." He was very wrong. It was apparent Beethoven would need to travel to Vienna to further his career. In 1787, he traveled to Vienna to seek out Mozart as a teacher, but he was forced to return back to Germany to care for his mother, who died several months later. His father died in 1792. Beethoven then went back to Vienna to study with Haydn, and he rapidly proceeded to make his mark as a brilliant keyboard performer and as a gifted young composer, with a number of works to his credit. His first mature published works appeared in 1795, and his career was officially launched. Beethoven lived in Vienna from 1792 to his death in 1827. He never married, and he was just among friends and independent of any kind of official position or private service. He rarely traveled apart from summers in the countryside, and he loved nature. Beethoven started going deaf in his late 20s. He sawed the legs off the piano and set it on the floor so he could hear the vibrations, and he was completely deaf by the age of 45. When his magisterial Ninth Symphony premiered in 1824, he didn't even turn around. He couldn't hear the audience cheering him. The symphony was nicknamed the Choral Symphony because it included chorus and vocal soloists in the final movement. He was the first major composer to do this in a symphony. Beethoven composed 9 symphonies. 2 of his most famous were Symphony No. 5 and Symphony No. 9. He added more instruments to the orchestra than other composers before him, and he used more emotions in his music than composers before him. Beethoven composed 1 opera, Fidelio, and he reworked the entire opera over a 10-year period. He died in Vienna at 56 years of age. He remains one of the most admired composers in the history of Western music. He is considered to be one of the greatest musical geniuses of all time. His works rank among the most performed of the classical music repertoire and span the transition from the classical period to the Romantic era in classical music.